Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93. Highway 9 through Frisco is open for business. CDOT pulled the cones up earlier this week, and yesterday they finished installing signs. Project engineer Kevin O'Reilly.
2 lanes open in both directions. We might have a daily closure set up in different areas, but if we do that, it's just going to be closures set up with cones that are picked up at the end of each day.
Price tag on Highway 9 was over $37 million for 2 summers on the Gap project and 2 summers on Iron Springs at Farmers Corner. CDOT promises that is the end of immediate work on this stretch. Next up is a roundabout on US 6 above Dillon and maybe a new interchange at Exit 205 in Silverthorne. The US 6 work depends on approvals, Exit 205 on funding. We've been on the phone with new school board members talking about priorities after weeks of campaigning. New board member Chris Guarino, the only new candidate elected.
But I'm just as committed as they hopefully will be to make sure we're doing everything we can with the superintendent and then trickling down to the teachers to make sure what's happening in the classroom is improving opportunities to improve student performance and test scores every step of the way.
Returning board member Joanna Kugler.
I get to continue the work that I love and I'm excited and passionate about, and I'm just really happy to keep moving forward and to really get down and dirty and get some work done.
We've also reached out to losing candidates, talking about expectations. Danielle Surrett, a mother of 2 in Frisco, running with 4 for the kids.
The school district's very dysfunctional. It's not organized at all. There are a lot of things. There's no checks and balances. There's no oversight a lot of times, and we brought those concerns up in asking our questions.
Toby Babich, the only candidate that ran truly solo.
And I really hope the folks that got elected take that feedback seriously and, become servants of the community with that information in their hand.
Babich and Surrett both hope for more accountability, transparency, and change based on parent and student outreach. Summit County has a hiring problem. Corey Mim with Summit Prosperity Initiative.
Things are different. We know things are different post-pandemic. How do we harness some of those changes in a way that will help us?
Local businesses say a lack of applicants, a lack of skilled workers, and housing are the biggest issues. Mim gives the example of the real estate market setting multi-billion-dollar records.
We know it's part of our economy, but it almost seems a bit disjointed because on the one hand, you have this whole industry that's just running wild, and then we have challenges in other industries. So again, the mechanics of our economy, which are complicated.
She hopes the county and local towns will listen to businesses when writing their new housing policies. New construction, she says, is not the only solution. And in local sports, today on the Warmup.
So I look forward to just being able to run the ball down their throats and dominate them up front. I think that's what we're going to do best. I mean, everything's on the line. This is a playoff game for us, so we're taking it really seriously, and we're ready to get after it.
That was junior quarterback Jack Shearholtz explaining the stakes for tomorrow's final regular season game in Steamboat. Both teams enter at 6-3 and chasing the playoffs, but nothing is guaranteed.
We need a win, and even with that, it's not guaranteed that we're in for sure. So really dominating Steamboat Friday night would be the goal.
Shearholtz is putting faith in his offensive line like he's done all season and leaning heavily on wideout Aiden Collins.
He's always there for me on and off the field. I can always throw it up to him, and he'll usually come down with the ball.
Kickoff tomorrow is 7 p.m. at Steamboat High School. This has been The Warm-Up with your Summit High Tigers, brought to you every Thursday and Friday by Alpine Lumber, Sauce on the Blue, and I Furnish in Frisco and Kremling. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93.